everyone, welcome to Thoughts and Treasures. It's Connie. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome into my craft room. Tonight we're going to be using this little guy. He is from the Dollar Tree, as you can see, dollar-ish tree, which may be going up again, who knows. But we're going to use him tonight. We're just going to do a simple, very, very simple, which hopefully won't take that long, project that's going to use some of these essential stencils. I am an ambassador for this. If you guys are looking for rub-ons, I have it in my link tree. It is also on my thoughtsandtreasures.com page. You can look for my link tree and you will get a 10% off discount using my code T2T10. So keep that in mind. But we're going to just use some of these little pretty flowers and stick them on him. I don't want to do a white bunny because I want the flowers to come out, but I think I'm going to use a light brown, and I don't know if it's going to work. It may or it may not. It's either that or we use a little gray bunny. Oh, gray might be pretty. Let's use gray. I'm going to make a... I think I'm going to do a gray bunny. We don't ever do gray bunnies. Let's do a gray bunny. We're going to do a gray bunny. We have decided it's a gray bunny. Guys, I don't plan anything. I thought about it. I mean, I did think about this, but that's all I thought about. I didn't think about anything else after that. So let's get our little bunny. We're just going to do a gray base on him, and I'm going to show you how the transfers work. Hopefully we have enough gray, because I am going to paint all of this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. If you guys don't know how to get these little pesky stickers off without having to rip them off, and pesky little stickers like this too. Don't rip! Don't rip! But the trick is to heat them up and then they should come right off. And again, this is that, I don't know, MDF, I assume. Don't ask me, I don't know much about wood. Says the person who uses the laser. But I am going to start by giving the sides. We're going to start by doing the sides because I'm going to do the front, back, and everything. I don't think I've ever done a gray bunny before. We're just going to give this a quick painting. I do want to welcome everybody in tonight. Thank you for joining me here in my craft room. If you are new to my page, I want to say welcome. I hope you will become part of our family here by hitting that follow button. Or subscribe button, whichever button you are on whichever device you're looking at. This video may appear in different medias. All these little areas. The sides are always the hardest, so. Oh Lord, we gotta get up in there. I got a little tiny little spot. Whose brilliant idea was it? Should start with that side first and then decide, oh well, let's not do the side. Nah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Just shove that sponge up in there. I hope you guys all had an amazing day today. There's not much I really can talk about while I'm just pretty much painting. There's nothing about this. But like I said, if you guys are interested in some rub-on stencils or rub-on or stencils. Essential Stencil has some really nice ones. I am an ambassador with them, and they do have some nice stencils also. I don't use the stencils that much. I do have some, but like I said, you know, there's only so much time you can spend crafting. I know, did I just say that? But, oh, but they do have some nice stencils. And you can do some amazing things with them. So if you want to use T2T10 and get a 10% off, please do so. The link is in on my Facebook page. It is also on my thoughtsofTreasures.com in the Linktree section. They do have some nice big rub-ons, and they can be used multiple ways, or multiple times rather, I say, not ways. Try to talk and do this at the same time, trying not to get paint all over me. Painting is always the longest process to any crafting project. Keep that in mind, so don't rush it. Enjoy it. Have to go over this a second time, but let's get the first coat on here. I hope I didn't pick a gray that I'm going to run out of, because the bottle is not full. Yikes. Yeah, I might have to go to the brown. No. Oh, it's been a long day. That's okay. How's the weather by you guys? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, now I got paint everywhere. Get some more out. Please let us have enough. Please let us have enough. I am that person. I don't like to mix colors for that reason. But I've said this before with cake decorating, if you guys have been with me for a while, that when I had to mix icing for something, I mixed a whole batch. It wasn't just a little bit, it was a whole batch of it, just because I didn't want to run out of that color, because it's hard to judge how much you're going to use. You know, a dozen cupcakes, I'd mix a whole batch of it. And I wasn't like, you know, so with food coloring, it's kind of different, because the more food coloring you put into it, it can change the color. So, you know, if you put 3 drops in, 4 drops, I never measured. I just put some in. I guess I should have measured, but. All right, I'm going to give that a dry real quick first. I wonder how the sides are. Oh, it will be. So that's one reason I don't like to mix colors too much. Only because if you don't have enough of it, then you're, I mean, this is just one color, but I feel like it's almost empty, and I got a bunny rabbit paint. You guys like mixing colors? got an outline of bunny on my table. Oopsie. Let's give him another coat on the front, and then I'll do the back. Because if I can only do one coat, I probably have plenty of color here. I'm probably over-exaggerating a little bit. But if it's not a full bottle, I think I'm going to run out. I think this is going to be prettier than the... Like I said, I was going to use this buff color. Warm buff. But instead I'm using Country Gray. Oh, get back over here. And I think the flowers on there would be pretty. So this will be more something that, you know, you don't have to just put for Easter. It can be all spring. And it's just a simple painting project, apparently. But I wanted to show you guys how to use the rub-on and what you can, like certain things. This is just one of the many, many, many things you can do with them. And a simple project. And again, if you don't want to watch all the painting, scroll right through it. That's the one thing good about these videos. I do not want to edit any of them. I want you to see the whole process from start to finish. If I drop something, if I mess something up, if it doesn't work, if I run out of paint, I want you to see it all. Every time we watch these videos, they come out with, you know, so quickly and so beautiful, and I'm like, mine didn't come out like that. Well, I wanted you to see the process. Now, I mean, something like this is kind of very simple, but when there's other things that I'm doing, I want you to see, I want you to see how I messed up. If I did. And I do like to do the back, especially with this. He's going to be sitting up on my table. I want to, you know, you're going to see the front and the back. I am, however, only going to do the rub-ons on the one side. And I will clean my table off too before we move on. Get that dry because I'm going to have to do another coat on this side. Flip it over, we'll see what the front looks like. And you can put as many coats as you want on there if you want it to be nice and solid. I mean, you could probably go around the edges again, and I may. Not gonna lie to you, I may. Get this nice and dry though. got here? Yeah, I think I'm going to go one more time around the... Do one more quick round around the outer edge, since I got plenty of paint. I don't know what that side looks like yet. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Shh, keep it a secret. These sides are a little raw, so they soak in the paint a lot more than the top does. That's why I wanted to kind of, I didn't really care for how it's looking. So that's why I'm going to give it another coat to see if that will help. And if you're okay with it, then, you know, move on to the next step. You always have to be happy with your projects. If you're not, no rush. Crafting should never be rushed. It should always be something fun and enjoyable. Well, hey there, little girl. What you doing? Can you not go in the trash can, please? Thank you. Go in the trash can right in front of me. Pour a little bit more out. We're going to do one more coat on the front. I'm going to have gray fingers for... I am definitely not that very nice, delicate painter. I have paint everywhere. It's one reason why I use a silicone mat. It's so much easier to clean up. The only thing I say is hard to clean up off of it is the chalk paint. Once it's dry on there, I mean, you can get it off, trust me. It does come off. But it's a little bit more tricky to get off the chalk paint. The acrylic paint is a lot easier. Alright. We're going to go with that no matter what. Just give it a good dry. Edges are dry. Because you definitely want this dry when you're putting rub-ons on them. You want your paint to be very, very dry. A little bit. I'm going to touch up with one little ear there. Now, see, the sides are a lot better now. So take it back. Ooh, you didn't see that. to let him sit. I'm going to touch his ear up real quick. I missed the top of his ear. I'm just going to let him sit right here a second. He's still a little wet. I'm going to get this up. Ooh, I love it. Oh, there it goes. I was going to say, it's because it's dry. So usually it comes right up. So with chalk paint, when it dries on here, just to let you guys know, if you have a silicone mat or you're planning on getting one, you really got to scrub with your fingernail. This, with the acrylic paint, it just comes right up. So much nicer to have a silicone mat. I do have these linked in my Amazon store. This is a very, very large one. It's not just a little small thing. It extends most of my table out here. So I do have it linked in my Amazon store. If you guys are not familiar, I do have an Amazon store. It is, again, it's in my link tree. You can find that on my ThoughtsToTreasures.com page. And remember, you do not have to necessarily purchase anything that is in my link tree or in my Amazon store. You can just simply use my link and shop in, if there's something you like, but you're thinking about it, but then you go off and you get a different size or a different one. It still throws a couple pennies back in my pocket. So if you are interested in doing that, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna give this one last try. I think he goes this way. One last try. And you can still see this bunny has a wood grain to him, and you can still see some of it coming through. And I'm fine with it. I like that. So no matter how many coats of paint you apply, well, I guess I wouldn't say never, but the more paint you put on there, it probably will show through, or get rid of it. Let me put this over here real quick so it's out of the way so I don't put anything on there. Now, this is our honeybee set from Essential Stencil. You will get these 2 large sheets, and I'll show you the sheets. These are the 2, really, really pretty. They're both different, but similar. So you get that one, and you get that one. So now what I'm going to use is just some of these florals. Thinking something like that. And we might add to it. I'm not putting any bees on it. I don't want any bees on it. It's just going to be, I'm going to cut this little guy out down here. Yeah, do I want the blue on there? Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, like I said, if it messes up, it's out here for good. This isn't alive. This is gonna be around forever. And I just want to put it at the bottom. And I might add a little bit more too over here, but we're gonna see. But I think I'm gonna stick it like right there. I think that's gonna be good. So with these stencils, they do have a backer on them. You want to take them off, and you're going to be left with this. This is the transfer tape-ish. It's not really sticky, but the actual images. So you don't want to touch them. You don't want to do what I just did. So when you put it down, don't fiddle with it too much. But I'm going to fit it on here. And then once you put it down, you're pretty much committed. And I think that's going to be cute. All right, they do come with, I don't know, one of these. However, I don't ever like using these. You can simply just use a little popsicle stick. I think it works easier. This thing's like, I don't know, too flimsy. You need something a little bit harder. So just start rubbing them down. Start with that, kind of like reminds me of the Cricut, but you don't have to rub so hard. With the vinyl transfers, just go over it all. This is how I like to do it. I like to go over all the sections first. You're not going to rip this off like a Band-Aid. Do not do that. I like to go all over the sections. Oh, sorry about that noise. Okay, then I like to start to pick it up and see where we're going with this. Now, sometimes this isn't as easy as the Cricut. I'm not as good with this. But you just kind of want to start picking it up in a corner and seeing what's down. If you see anything coming up, you want to stop. Because you can just put it back down. So your carrier sheet should have nothing on it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You definitely want to make sure your paint is dry, because this will not stick, the rub-ons will not stick to it. And that's the good thing about this, is if you see something come up on your transfer sheet, you can put it down and you're not going to even notice that it was, you know, pulled it up. You guys like to use rub-ons? I think they're really pretty. And I might kind of put, I don't know, a little bit on his tail. This is way better than I thought it was going to be. Look, I'm impressing myself over here. So there's our transfer sheet. There's nothing on there, which is awesome. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So now I'm just going to wonder if I want to put like a little bit more just over here. Just something small, like a piece of one. A piece of one. A piece of one. Trying to see if there's something little. Maybe we could do a little thing. Let's see. And if I want to try that or not, if I just want to leave it. I almost want like a little more piece, another piece right here. I don't see anything that's going to be like perfect fit. And I could probably just cut a little piece of this off. Hold on, guys, I'm thinking. That's like it's similar to what we just did. I'm wondering. Oh, this is fun. This is decisions. I'm wondering. I don't know if any of them are going to actually fit nicely there, so without, because they're all going in that direction and I wanted to go, maybe we'll just leave it. You know what we could do? We could put a little bunny tail on him. Oh, that might be pretty. Take up that space. Well, we'll see. We'll try. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's too big. Yeah, I think that's too big. Yeah, I don't like that. That's covering up. We'll just... That's all. Kind of like that. I think this one will be too small. It's kind of the same size, but it's just a different... Kind of... Let's look at those two. Alright. I think that one's too small. First things first. We're gonna make a little tiny bow to the top. I think I'm gonna use the bigger one. Sometimes you just gotta pull the stuff out and play with it. I mean, that's all there is to it. I'm just gonna put a little raffia bow on his neck. And this really is not raffia. It is, what do you call it? The hula skirt. But we're gonna call it raffia. So sometimes when you're crafting, you're just going to come up with ideas along the way. Why not? I'm just going to take a piece. We're going to cut this down. Trust me, I'm not going to leave it that long. And just try things out. If that's part of crafting, there's never a right or a wrong to anything. And if I glue it down and I don't like it later, I'll just take it off. You know, no big deal. I mean, it's one thing, I'm not saying $1.25, especially in this day and age, is a lot of money. What we're all going through. But, you know, it's not like it's a $20 item and you're ruining it by putting something on it and then decide you don't like it and you're going to throw it away. At least if you give this away to somebody else in time, it's only $1.25 plus a tiny bit of the essential stencil. It's a very inexpensive project. So people that like to change out every year their decor for Easter or for the spring, I want this to be out more than just for Easter. That's why I'm not doing it like pastel-y colors. There's my little girl down here just being all good. I'm gonna chop this down some. A tiny bit more. And we're just gonna put that right there on his. Oh, this is gonna be cute. While I'm holding that, I think I'm gonna put a little tiny button on him. This one right here. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. definitely didn't want to add any more flowers to it just because we got lots of flowers going on already. And then I think I'm going to put, we're going to do the tail. And look, just like that. What you guys think? I think it's perfect. And if you don't like it so white, you can maybe dirty it up a little bit. I think it looks great. Looks perfect on him. You know, him being a gray bunny. You could do it a little bit of tinge of gray in the pom-pom. But I think it looks great. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight in my craft room. If you guys, like I said, if you're interested in the Essential Stencils, they are absolutely easy to use and they're so beautiful. This just turns any project into something amazing. You can check out my website, thoughtsofTreasures.com, look for my link tree, and use my code T2T for the Essential Stencils and get yourself 10% off. Again, thank you for joining me. I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all mean the world to me, and I will talk to you next time. Till then, remember, thoughts become things, things become treasures. Y'all have an amazing day, and I will talk with you soon. Bye, guys.